Hi Team Bulletproof and welcome to today's post-park run strength. So again, we're just going to be looking at completely body weight today, and I've just got my mat with me. So for this, you're just going to have to give me 15 minutes of your time, and we're just going to run through some exercises. Today's format is going to look like 4 exercises in the first section. We're going to be moving a little bit quicker than normal with those transition times, and then in the back half we have another 2 exercises. So you've got 6 different movements in total to learn today. I'm doing this without my shoes on. If you want to be able to really find that balance and grip with your feet and really work on that balance, then bare feet would be optional. But yeah, if you want to wear your shoes, completely up to you. Alright guys, we're going to get started with the single leg glute bridge. So when you're ready, we're going to get going in 10 seconds. Come on down onto your back. If you know it, off you go, get in. If not, all we're going to do is first things first. Shoulder blades on the floor and lift up into that single hip bridge. Now for this first 30 seconds, I just want you to take one leg off the floor. Now the goal is to try and keep the hips completely square. So if your hips are starting to drop and twist, you might want to put that other foot down and sink back up. From here, all we're going to do is come down 3/4 of the way and then tuck that tailbone and squeeze back up. You're trying to get into that glute as much as you can, and you should feel it a little pinch on the outside of the butt cheek and into the hamstring for 3, 2, change legs. So set it up again, take that leg up towards the sky. First and foremost, find your balance, make sure those hips are not dripping or dropping, and then you can just start to bring in that little pulse if you've got the movement nice and strong. Now from here, make sure the weight is all the way down in the heel at the bottom, and these toes are gripping on the floor, right? So if your toes are lifting, try to place them down and keep drawing in that tummy to make sure you are staying as strong as you can. Alright team, from there we've got 15 seconds. Collapse it down, you're going to roll over, you're going to come onto your front. We're going to sit up in aeroplane, so your arms are going to be long, and you're going to come into a flutter kick. So from here, hip bones on the floor, feet together, take the arms out nice and long, imagine like an aeroplane, chin to chest, and when you're ready, you're just going to lift the palms off the floor, and if you can, keeping those legs long and straight, start to flutter kick from the hip flexors. So little kick, you're going to squeeze the glutes as hard as you can, keep the neck nice and long, and just see what you can do for 30 seconds. You've got 10 seconds left team. If it feels good, lift the chest a little more and squeeze into the upper back for 5, 4, 3, 2, final exercise, hands under shoulders, push up into your plank, take your feet outside your hips, and all you're going to do is take right hand to left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder. So keep moving there. If you need an option, you can bring your knees down onto the floor and just come into that single arm shoulder tap. Otherwise, 15 seconds, squeeze the quads as tight as you can and stabilise through that core midsection. We're coming back into that glute bridge team in 3, 2, 1. Roll over. Little time just to transition. So remember, you can stay on 2 legs if you need to here. Otherwise, you're going to come into that single leg for me, taking both hips up towards the sky now, shoulders planting firmly, knees in line with hips, lift one leg. 30 seconds has begun. Now I won't lie, I struggle with this. I think some of you who follow me on social media will know that I have a bit of a hamstring niggle, and it is not me having a good time lately. So movements like this, I really struggle with. So often I find I'm having to take the option just to allow myself to really focus on the right muscle group. Changing legs in 3, 2, other side, other leg comes up. Find that core tense, make sure those hips are tight, and then focus on tucking through the hips, through the tailbone, and squeezing into the butt cheeks. Now if you find you're lifting with the back, I want you to reset, bring that body down towards the floor, focus on keeping the tummy nice and tight, and just lifting from the base of the butt, just lifting up from that butt region. Now that there is going to help you engage your glutes a little bit more immediately. 3, 2, 1. Roll back over, coming into that airplane with the flutter kick. Now the option on this is to take out the flutter kick if it's hurting that lower back or you're struggling with the range, or you can even bring the palms all the way down onto the floor. 3, 2, 1, off you go. So arms are long, point the toes away and just squeeze into the glutes as tight as you can, keeping those flutter kicks, almost like you're swimming, right? Little kicks. If you need to, take the palms onto the floor, head down. Last 3, 2, 1. Shake it out, hands under shoulders, lift up into that high plank, feet wide, and when you're ready, off we go. So you're just tapping that shoulder, squeezing nice and tight into the core, trying to keep the body as strong as possible. What we'll find is that most people, their hips will wobble side to side in this, so take your feet a little bit wider in that position. So just allow yourself to imagine tucking under, squeezing those hips down, really engaging those glutes to keep that core strong in that base position. From there, you're going to be much, much stronger as you start to shoulder tap. 3, 2, rest. All right, guys, roll over. We got one more round of this, and then we're moving on. Onto your back, single or double. Take a breath. I've spoken non-stop for about 6 minutes now. Shoulder blades down, feet in line. 3, 2, up we go. So guys, if you've already ran today, well done. 10 out of 10 to you for effort. If you're doing this as a prep for your run, I absolutely salute you. All we're trying to do is get those level muscles active, really making sure we're stimulating the right muscles that often we find that get tight or we find that let us down. 3, 2, change legs. Take that other leg up towards the sky. 30 seconds. Bum, bum, bum. I'm definitely better on this side. But that's because this isn't my injured side. No, we got to work within our own limitations, right? We got to see what we can do. We got to see where we're strong. And then we just got to try to keep improving every single day. Last 5 seconds here. We're rolling over in 3, 2, roll. All right, guys, 1 minute of work. 1 minute of work, that's all you gotta do. Feet together, legs as long as you can, squeeze in through those glutes. Just lift a little through the kneecaps if it feels good. 3, 2, off we go. Now the goal here is as you flutter, you might feel a little bit in the lower back. You wanna make your legs as long and strong as possible. So whilst you're squeezing through that upper body to engage the left, legs are as long and as away as possible so you can start to squeeze into the glutes and into the hamstrings. We've got 10 seconds. Take any option you need to take. 5, 4, 3, 2, hands in, feet wide, straight into that shoulder tap. Now yes, I make it look easy, but I've been practicing this for a long time. I know most people, when they do it, they do find that sway. Just be kind to your body, see what you can do. If you've got a mirror at home, maybe try and do this alongside a mirror just so you can see how much that sway is if you can't essentially feel it. And I promise one day you're going to get good. 3, 2, all right guys, little transition time now. So I just want you to step up, come up onto your feet, and we're going to get into some new exercises. So I'm going to get rid of my mat for this one. First exercise we're going to come into in 15 seconds. It's going to be a single leg deadlift, and we're just going to alternate. So you're going to be 30 seconds on the right leg and then 30 seconds on the left. We're going to bring that knee up to chest to begin, and as we tip and hinge forward, push that heel up and back towards the sky, touch the floor, and then bring that knee back to chest. When you're ready, off we go. So we're working one leg only just now. I want you to start super, super slow, touch the floor, feel that length through the hamstring, and then as you come back up, you want to squeeze the knee as high as you can, take a pause at the top, pull that toe up towards the sky, and stay really strong in that sprint stance. You got 10 seconds here. We're going to change legs. Little squeeze at the top. How's your balance? 3, 2, other side. So pull that toe up, stay tight through the core, find that pointed toe, and try and keep that pointed toe throughout as you tip. And then the foot stays fixed. You can see I suck at this side, right? I told you I had a hamstring injury. It all becomes clear now. Why is she injured? She's got zero balance on her right leg. Oh, we gotta do what we can though. 5 seconds. I am right here with you. 3, 2, 1. All right guys, take the feet wide. You're gonna come into one wide squat. You're gonna bring the feet neutral, come into a neutral squat, and then bring the feet together as narrow as you can.
and come into a narrow squat. Now you see there, I came up onto my heels. So what I want you to do is just work to a range where you can stay feet flat on the floor, take your feet wide, again feet flat on the floor, and then all the way out. We're just working for 60 seconds, trying to get a little activation through the quads in that narrow stance, little activation through the quads and glutes in that neutral stance, and then as we come all the way out wide, you're really going to get into the glutes and into those adductors. You still got 15 seconds. Keep transitioning between all 3 squats. Think about keeping that chest lifted. Imagine someone's pulling your head up towards the sky, and you want to stay nice and tall through each of the movements. For 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, guys, back to that single leg. Bring that knee into chest. Balance, team, 2 minutes, and we are done. 2 minutes, and it is all over. So just stick with me just now. Keep that core engaged. Use the arms to help, and just find that single leg balance. You've got 10 more seconds. Changing sides in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we go. I'm going to do my best this time. It's the last time here. I am determined. I am going to get good at this. So far I'm doing all right. Oh, pleasantly surprised with myself. Last 15 seconds, we're going into a minute of squats. And then team, you are donesies. Alrighty, that sound good? Keep the core tight. Oh, last 3, 2, oh, we made it. Alright guys, find those 3 stances, wide, neutral, and then narrow. Now you find on the narrow, what I tend to do is turn my toes out just a little, so that helps me get a little more depth. It's up to you how you do it. As I said, my ankles are really tight right now, and I find that if I've not done enough mobility, especially after a run, I tend to find that I struggle to get that full range. So make sure you are working on that ankle mobility throughout. If you are like me, you might need to stretch out those calves, really do more work up on those tiptoes, and then obviously rolling out those feet. Maybe practice pushing that knee forward, trying to get those ankle joints moving. Guys, we've got about 15 seconds, and then it is all over. I think I've maybe got us working a little bit longer, but YOLO, you love it. You love it. That's 5 seconds, team, and we are done for today. 3, 2, and 1. Alright, Bulletproof, thank you so much once again for coming in, for joining me. How do your legs feel? How do your glutes feel? How's that core? Hopefully it's a little bit more switched on and you're starting to see maybe where some of your weak spots are and where you need to really improve and advance on that strength training. Now, I am struggling with you on these moves. You've probably seen that I can lift some big weights, but when it comes to the basics and fundamentals, we tend to all need to do some work. So stick with me, keep trying to do these little things. We can gradually start to add in some weights when it feels good, but we've got to get the little foundation set and then we can build from there. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Tag, like, share, do whatever you got to do with this video. Keep supporting us and we love you. Have a wonderful day.